Okay, there you go. That's the unit assembled. I've got it working. I'm not 100% satisfied with how it's working, but it's working. The stepper motors are probably a little bit small. These are some $5 ones I picked up from Sale Electronics, which is like a surplus center as well as other things. They might be a little bit small, so I might have to look for some bigger ones. I'm finding that it's binding up, and here's the problem with having two lead screws for the y-axis. I know it's twisted, but this is the y-axis in this direction. If you can see me waving my hand. Is that if one stepper loses steps, like it binds up a little bit at one point or something like that, then they go out of sync and this thing starts to track sideways and it really binds up fast. So I'm going to have to add some way or means of keeping the two lead screws together. And the easiest way to do that would be a belt or a chain between this one end and this end here. And then they'd have to stay in sync. So if one drops behind, it'll pull the other one behind. It would mean that you'd mess up the part you were making, but it's better than, well, it's going to get messed up anyways once it's losing steps. So I'll do a quick demo of it. I'm using this, okay, well here's the electronics. You can't see anything, but it's got three easy stepper drivers in there. You can just see the boards in there. They're quite tiny. They're not more than probably about 2 inches by 1 inch. And they're capable of driving, I think, up to an amp per phase, and there's 2 phases per stepper motor. I've also, you can't see it in there, but I've got a little Arduino microcontroller in there that's running a software package called GRBL. I'm going to call it Gerbil, but I don't know how to gerbil. You can pronounce it however you want. GRBL is what it is. And it's a G-code machine control software. And I'm sending G-code to it with this software package here called the G-code sender. And what I'm doing is I'm just sending a rectangle to it, and we'll see how it goes. I might have to bump up the little controllers in here are current adjustable, and I've got them at, I can't see, about half range, I think, so I could crank them up and maybe get a little bit more power out of the motors, but they'll also get a lot hotter when they're working. So I'm taking a chance of burning them out. I don't know, I wouldn't want that to happen, but it's not exactly a huge loss. Let it go and we'll see how it go here. Now it's not particularly fast, and that's the only thing I'm not certain about how well that's going to work for plasma cutting. I'm also still having some problems with it binding at the ends, but on the y-axis, so I still have to sort that out a bit. But otherwise it seems to be working fairly well. And there's just going back to 0. Okay, well, it works. It's a proof of concept so far. So I think what I'm going to do before I try and do anything real with it is I'm going to try and I'm probably going to have to make new lead screws that are a little longer, so I'll have to head down to the hardware store tomorrow and get some new pieces. Nothing is lubed, so that would probably help a lot with binding as well. But in any case, I think that's it for today. I'm not going to go out and try it yet, I don't think. It's all the wiring is done. It's all ready to be plugged into a plasma cutter. So I suppose I could do a basic test, but I'll leave that for tomorrow. Thanks for watching, guys.